Hey y'all, today we're bringing a taste of the countryside to your kitchen with a delightful budget-friendly dinner. We'll be making a classic country fried steak and gravy with some southern sides and finishing off with a mudcake dessert. Let's get started on this homemade feast that's sure to bring smiles to your table without breaking the bank. First, you're going to take your cocoa and your melted butter and mix those together well, and then you're going to dump everything else in and put your eggs in one at a time. So unfortunately, my KitchenAid bowl broke and I'm using my vintage Sunbeam. I'm not sure how old it is, but it was a struggle, and I thought, oh, let's add a little more vanilla. Maybe that'll make it a little looser. It didn't work. I had to really keep on scraping and mix it up for her, but it got the job done in the end. You're going to pour that into a 9x13 greased baking dish and put it in a 350 oven and cook it for about 35 to 40 minutes. You need to check it with a toothpick in the middle, and when it comes out with just a few moist crumbs or clean, you're good. I'm roughly chopping some pecans for the icing, and then I'm going to put 2 sticks of butter into a saucepan, get them melted down, and add my cocoa, brown sugar, buttermilk, and vanilla. Once the brown sugar is pretty incorporated and everything's melted down, I'm going to stir in my pecans. Now, I will say brown sugar makes it a little gritty. I like that. You can use powdered sugar in replacement. Once the cake's out of the oven, you're going to take some marshmallow fluff while it's warm so it's easier to spread. This cake serves about 15 people, and it's $1.30 to $1.60 a serving, depending on how you slice it. After I get that down, I'm going to pour on my icing, and it's very good. I'm going to swirl in and make it look kind of muddy because it's not that pretty, you see, and if you swirl it around, it kind of gets it incorporated a little more and makes it look more like a muddy marsh cake like it's supposed to. And you're going to let that sit while you get dinner done. This is my family's favorite green beans, and it's literally 2 ingredients plus salt and pepper. You just chop some bacon up, and then you open your cans of Allen's green beans, or I always do that just to have everything ready. I'm going to place the bacon in a pan, and I'm going to crisp it up almost to all of them crispy. I leave a few kind of not looking crispy yet, and then I'm going to pour in the green beans, salt and pepper them, put a lid on, simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I take the lid off at the very end and simmer it for about 5 or 10 minutes just to get some of that water off. Fried steak serves 6 people, and it's the whole plate that's $4.50. Okay, it's the green beans, the mashed potatoes, and the country fried steak and gravy. $4.50 a plate, and at a cafe, you know that'd be $20. I'm gonna season both sides of my cube steak with some Lowry salt and house seasoning, which I'm gonna have a video on for next week, and then I'll put it in the description box. Here I'm gonna put some flour, about 2 cups, into a little easy throwaway top that it came from my cake actually, and I'm going to flour the country fried steak on each side, and then I'm going to take some water, or you can take some heavy cream or milk. I didn't really have much left, so I used water, and you're going to get that on each side to help the flour stick better when you dredge it again. I'm gonna put that into my hot pan of oil and just fry them up on high on each side, because remember, we're going to put them in our gravy and let them simmer and get super tender. Now, we like a lot of gravy, so I leave all my drippings, and I just take that flour that I used to dredge the steak in, and I put in a little at a time until it looks good to me. And then it looks like this, and then I brown it to where it's almost burnt. It's like red brown. And then I'm gonna put it under the sink and get some water in it. And this is how easy the gravy is. I mean, super, super easy, super cheap, delicious. And then you're gonna stir it in, incorporate it, put some Lowry's in, and then you're gonna stick your steak back in there. Oh, and put house seasoning, I'm sorry. And then you're gonna stick your steak back in there, and then you're gonna put your onions on the top, and you're gonna let it simmer on low for 30-45 minutes while everything else is cooking. For my mashed potatoes, I'm taking some cheap russets and I'm peeling and cutting those so I can boil them. Once they're fork tender, you're gonna drain them, and then you're gonna add all of your stuff, your butter, your sour cream, seasonings, and heavy cream, and then you just mash them up. There's your country fried steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans for $4.50 a plate at a cafe. $20, okay? And I mean, it's better than cafe food to me. And then this right here, $1.26, that'd be $4 at a cafe. Don't tell me this ain't budget friendly, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.